Have you ever wondered what really separates high achievers from everyone else? We're always told it's about talent, or luck, or some kind of mysterious it factor. But what if success is less about magic and more about a system? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're deconstructing the real parts of achievement and building a practical framework that you can actually use.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to rethink what success even means. Then, we'll dive into building a high-performance mindset and a system for focus. We'll even look at a surprising biological advantage before we tie it all together into a system you can start using right away. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, we have to tear down a really popular, but honestly a very misleading idea. This myth of the lone genius, the person who does it all by themselves. This quote really just cuts right to the chase, doesn't it? Research, especially the kind popularized by writers like Malcolm Gladwell, shows that success is almost never a solo act. It's not just about some raw, innate talent. It's about your circumstances, your support system, and a whole network of things that are usually working behind the scenes.
So, this leads us to the big question we're tackling today. If it's not just about being born a genius or catching a lucky break, what are the things you can actually do that really drive high achievement? Let's dig into the first piece of that puzzle. Everything, and I mean everything, starts from the inside out. Before any strategy or technique can work, you've got to have the right internal operating system. You need a high-performance mindset.
And a huge piece of this puzzle comes from the psychologist Angela Duckworth. She identified a trait that's a way better predictor of success than talent. It's called grit. Now, this isn't just a quick burst of passion or a week of hard work. No, this is about having a deep, long-lasting passion and the perseverance to see it through, year after year.
And the great thing is, grit isn't some magical quality you're born with. It's built on 4 key things you can actually develop. It all starts with a genuine interest, that initial spark. That spark then fuels deliberate practice to get better and better. Over time, that practice builds into a real sense of purpose, where you feel like your work is connected to something bigger than yourself. And the glue holding it all together? That's hope, that resilient belief that your efforts do matter and that you can overcome whatever comes your way.
So how do you keep that perseverance going when things get tough? Well, ancient Stoic philosophy gives us this absolutely brilliant tool, the dichotomy of control. You just separate the entire world into 2 buckets, stuff you can control and stuff you can't. You pour all of your energy into that first bucket, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. Everything else is just noise.
And this perfectly captures that Stoic mindset. See, a setback isn't a dead end, it's a test. It's a chance to build your strength and to learn something new. This simple little reframe turns every obstacle from a wall you run into a staircase you can climb.
Okay, so now that we've got the mindset down, we need a practical system. We need a way to channel all that grit and resilience into focused, productive work, day in and day out.
Enter the Pomodoro technique. It sounds so simple, but it is unbelievably effective. You work in these focused 25-minute sprints. They're called Pomodoros, and you separate them with short breaks. This structure helps you manage your brain power, keep your energy high, and avoid that mental burnout that just kills productivity.
And hey, it's not just a nice idea. It's actually backed by data. Studies show that when you have groups use the Pomodoro technique, they report a big jump in their focus compared to people who just take breaks whenever they feel like it. That structured approach, it clearly leads to a much higher level of concentration.
Now, a tool like the Pomodoro technique is powerful, for sure, but it gets supercharged when you combine it with the personality trait of conscientiousness. People who are conscientious are naturally organized. They're self-disciplined. They don't just have a system. They have that internal drive to actually stick to it. And that's what makes any method truly work.
Okay, so you've got the mindset of a Stoic and the focus of a Pomodoro master. You're all set, right? Well, not quite. There is a crucial, non-negotiable biological foundation that most of the hustle culture gurus just completely ignore.
Because here's the hard truth. You can have the most powerful mindset and the most efficient system in the world, but if your biology is working against you, you are going to fail. It's that simple. Your brain is a physical organ, and it needs proper maintenance.
I mean, think about it. All that hard work you do during the day gets made permanent through a process called memory consolidation. And when does this kick into high gear? When you're asleep. Sleep isn't downtime. It is your brain's essential save button.
All right, we've covered the mindset, the method, and the biology. So now, let's put these three pillars together to see the complete architecture of real sustainable success. So, here it is. Success isn't one magic bullet. It's an interconnected system. Your mindset is the engine, right? Grit is the fuel, and stoicism provides the shock absorbers for the bumpy ride. Your method is the steering wheel, using tools like Pomodoro to direct that energy. And your biology, powered by sleep, that's your maintenance crew, making sure all your progress gets saved and you're ready to go the next day.
At the end of the day, lasting success isn't something you just stumble upon. It's something you build intentionally, one piece at a time. Each part supports the others, creating a structure that is way stronger than any single part on its own.
So, as we wrap this up, the real question isn't whether this system works. It's how you're going to start using it. When you look at these three pillars, mindset, method, and biology, what's the very first piece that you're going to put in place?